Oh my God, you're back from the dead, Jew? What? You're dead.
Welcome to Take Two Radio. We are pleased to bring you interviews with people in the entertainment and music industry, discussions and recaps of the 4 remaining daytime soaps. That's The Bold and the Beautiful, The Young and the Restless, General Hospital, and Days of Our Lives, as well as various other shows. For upcoming and previous shows, check take2radio.com. That's with the number 2. And you can find us on Blog Talk Radio, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and other streaming apps. Follow us on social media at Take2 Radio, and thanks for listening.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm David from Take2 Radio Soaps and Review. What was that? I don't know. Wow. Okay. I'm subbing for Pam, who is not feeling well tonight, and joining me are Candice and Anthony, and Miss Carolyn is on her way. And tonight we are doing recaps of the past 2 weeks of the soaps, and we're going to do our best to fill in the best and the worst of 2019 with each soap. So,
hooray, hooray, hooray. Lots to talk about.
Hooray, hooray, hooray.
Happy
and
New Year.
I'm glad to... So, whoever that was in the back, maybe that was Carolyn yelling back at me. I don't know. Where would you like to begin, guys?
Let's go with The Young and the Restless.
Let's go with The Young and the Restless. Oh, you want to do... Okay, let's do a small recap of 2 weeks.
Okay.
Candy Girl, this is your show, girl.
Okay, ready, Candice?
Well, in the world of The Young and the Restless in the GC, we have, we have so much drama. Finally, we're getting somewhere. So Chelsea, Adam, and Nick. I think that needs to be addressed right now. Here's the quickest recap you can get. Once upon a time, Chelsea and Nick, they were the greatest love story ever. Ever. Con artist and the son of the golden couple together forever, weather the storm. But there was this guy named Adam who was a meanie, a big meanie in the eyes of some people, and he still felt connected to Chelsea, and he was going to do whatever it was to get to be with Chelsea, the fair maiden. And then there was their kid, Connor, who is conning. Yeah, he's conning a way to get to his parents back together. And then magically, one fateful day, the golden child, Nicholas, woke up, really one day from loving Chelsea to saying, you know what, happy birthday to me, I'm letting you go. And pretty much has said, look, I'm kind of in a sense, he's tired, and if Chelsea wants to be with Adam, so be it. And Chelsea was like, no, it's always been you, but I have to be around Adam for the sake of my child. And rightfully so. Obviously Connor feels connected to Adam and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So Chelsea went to Adam, and Adam said that 2020 is their year, baby. And they kiss and blah, blah, blah. Hopefully she.
Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom.
So we're saying that maybe Josh was using them as unfinished business from before because they never got a chance to really wind them down until now.
I have so many suspicions about the direction the storyline has taken all of a sudden, if you go back a couple of weeks. Here's the thing. With the fact that Chelsea has been, in my eyesight, kind of hiding her feelings for Adam by, you know how you force yourself to believe one thing, but it's really another thing. I think that's what it was, is that she was denying herself the truth of her being with Adam.
Right.
However, yeah. I also think that she thought she was going to be the one to break up this illusion of the greatest love story ever told. But for Nick to kind of do it, and keep in mind, for those who've been watching, you know that Nick kind of fought for Chelsea in the sense of, let me see, how did he fight for?
This is what's stable. This is where you're going to be most happy.
Right. I mean, he loved that boy too, and he's had his issues with Adam. And Adam's had, all of a sudden his issues with Nick, even though we all remember when a certain actor named Justin Hartley played the role. Nick and Adam were cool towards the end a little bit. So,
yes.
But whatever. We're not supposed to remember that. But yeah, when we get to the best and worst, I believe they are on my list on one of them.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pop in right here. I definitely, that has been the focus of the last 2 weeks for the most part. But I've got to ask the two of you, and Carolyn, if she jumps in while we're talking about this, what kind of a mess would they turn to perpetrate with two veteran couples who suddenly we're talking about withholding of sex? We're talking about what kind of chicken wings or what was it they were going to order? What is the mess that is Lauren, Michael, Paul, and Christine? What is going on over there?
Oh, that.
Okay.
I've been waiting like a week and a half to be on this show and ask this question.
When I say, first and foremost, when I say that I felt deeply embarrassed for, first and foremost, when did they become friends? I think that's my biggest thing, is because knowing the history with everybody, I'm like, okay, so y'all gonna have that moment. Okay, y'all could be civil and everything, and here's the thing, Paul. I'm gonna be nice because I could really go off the Richter, but I'm staying focused because this is the show we're talking about, not behind the scenes, right? Okay, so with Paul being the chief of police and Michael being the DA, that means that these two men are in high regard. People treat with respect. I work at a daycare. And I'm dealing with children every single day. We don't see Paul, Cricket, Michael, and Lauren that much. And when we do, it's a treat for the long-time viewers.
It is.
But when I saw the angst, the childlike angst of Michael and Paul, I was like, for what? For what, people? For shame. For shame. But at least they got their paychecks. But for shame.
Can I remind you that we are talking about 3 Emmy winners, multiple Emmy winners, and the show's creator daughter. All long-running, over 10 years, almost 20 years for 3 of them, and 40 years for Paul. And you're talking about...
41.
You're talking about...
Laura Lee is 49, 50 years old herself. So she...
No,
Laura Lee's been on since she was
we're talking about the years of the show. Like, you have Doug Davis, who's been there since 78. You have
78.
Tracy and Lauren. You have Tracy and Lauren Lee Bell, who's been there since the 80s. You have, Christian LeBlanc, who's been there since the 90s. You have legacy. These are technically legacy characters in the sense that they've been on the show. But for this, for that scene, now, like I said, all of them are recurring. Let me repeat that. They're all on recurring. And, I'm not going to speak real talk, but 3 out of 4 is really content with that status. I'm just saying. Anyway, moving on. But for that scene to happen, again, when we get to best and worst, that might be on my list, but something else may be on that list as well. But that was one of those scenes that was just like, me, like, if there was a meme, it would have been question mark, WTH, what the? Because
Yeah, that was.
I'm going to throw one more name out at you,
moments.
Candice, because I'm dying to know what you think of Dum-Dum Phyllis yet again.
Okay. Phyllis, to me, is the character that I want to be when I grow up. Because even though, and this may be on my best and worst list too, even though she doesn't have like her own story, Phyllis is that character that is she's like Gladys from Bewitched. She's always nosy. She's always in everybody's business, and she does it delicious. Because here's the thing: she has issues. You know, the factor is that seriously, all jokes aside, she is mentally into other things, and yeah, she's like the phoenix. She will rise again. But when I just say that the character in its whole, she is that character that's like, you know what, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. But I'm hoping for 2020, this my New Year's resolution for her, is she finds happiness, but don't lose herself in the process. If that makes any sense.
Well, that's well said.
David, the last 2 weeks for you, what stood out? And then why don't you give us your best and worst?
Let's see. What stood out in the last 2 weeks? Well, for one, I didn't think that Nick and Chelsea were going to break up that soon. I said, oh, wow, this is soon. I was expecting a little more yanking on Nick's part. I was looking for more of a fight type, more of a tangle, but it seems like, you know what I mean? But it seems like he, like you said, Candice, it sounded like he was tired of it. He didn't want to go through that anymore, and he just let her go. And I think that's the surprise that it happened so soon. So soon for me, anyway. I don't know about you. You think it was overdone? You think it should have been sooner? I was expecting later, but
I will say that it did come.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
As a shock. Oh no. Okay, let me just say this. I think it came as a shock because, like you said, you know, Young and the Restless has had this issue of dragging story out, and for it to come to a rapid end the way that it did take some viewers and me back a bit because it was like, oh, well, okay, wow, which is why I have a speculation about Young and the Restless. But go ahead, Anthony.
I have some speculation behind the scenes as well. What I'm going to say is I think that they tried to revert to Nick, to archetypal Nick that, you know, we knew quite a few years ago, who doesn't quite play this way anymore. So it felt abrupt and weird. You know, Nick the hero, anti-hero kind of thing. I expected something bigger as far as a bang is concerned if this was going to be the end. That it felt like there was more coming, and then boom, it's over. And it was like, no, not really satisfying, but okay, where are you going next? I quite honestly, though, with Young and the Restless, I want to say for almost the entire year, that's how I felt about resolutions of every storyline on this show. It's been like, wait, what? No, no, you could have done this. Yeah. You could have done that. Wait, why? Right. You know, at least the story is moving. I mean, if I have to pull out a positive. You know, and quite honestly, other things have happened in the last 2 weeks, but none of it's interesting. So we just hit on, you know, the three most interesting topics in the last 2 weeks. So, well, I mean, you know,
I will say this real quick. In the last Thursday to now, to today, there's actually been some stuff going on that is more talked about than the last 2 weeks, and that's including, I want to know your thoughts about this as well, about Sharon, about the cancer situation here. As we all know, Young and Restless is partnered up with American Cancer Society to tell this story about Sharon.
Right.
Are you guys like, how are you handling the fact that Sharon is about to go through this journey, knowing that Young and the Restless has gone down this road before with characters like Ashley, Lily, and with Michael, which they never really finished telling?
Right. Yeah.
Well, you
David?
said it right there. They never really finished telling it with Michael, and they dropped the ball with Dina and Alzheimer's. So I am not excited for this. I hate to say this, but the story would have much more of a watchability if this was an exit storyline. I'm sorry, but at this point, with the history that the show has taken with, cancer and Alzheimer's, I don't really have. Now, having said that, it is Miss Sharon Case. It is somebody who can bring it, has brought it. So give her some stuff to play. Do not make this the poster advertisement / after school special version. Give her material to play like you did Dina in the beginning of the Alzheimer's storyline, only don't let it fade off into nowhere. Take this woman through it and through it all, and I will eat crow next year on this podcast. But I'm not excited because I don't think that's what's going to happen. David?
I have to say basically the same thing. I definitely do believe that she can bring it. And like you, I want to see them allow her to do so in probably the same fashion that they gave Leslie Charlson on GH. Go with it.
Okay. I will say this. For me, when I heard about it, when you think about breast cancer storylines over the years of soaps, and I'm just focusing on that, is like you said about when Monica had breast cancer, when Lillian, I actually posted all this on Twitter of, the storylines, with Reva Shane from Gone Light and, all the, characters and whatnot. With Young and the Restless, I feel as though, and I said this, I tweeted this out, I said, I hope they do this justice. I know some people are going to be emotional because they've gone through it. They're about to go through it. They know people who've gone through it. And, like some of my friends said, this is a soap opera. Sometimes you don't want to see that. Young and the Restless has always, up until, the Michael Cancer storyline was the one that kind of, they kind of dropped and dropped off and whatnot, was not continuing the storyline. But Young and the Restless has done an amazing job of telling the stories of health issues. They might not have gone all the way deep, for whatever reason. But they know how to do it. But they know how to do it. And I'm hoping, like you said, we know Sharon Case can bring it. We know that she's going to rock this. But what I need for CBS, Young and the Restless, Sony, to do is, instead of telling the story about a woman with breast cancer or, whatnot, I want the emotional journey of it, how this is going to affect her and her relationship with her family and friends. And Young and the Restless, pay very close attention, because you've had 3 characters on that show that has had cancer. And I think I will speak for some of the fans. I would like to see you guys honor the characters. I even came up with a scenario. You have Sharon talk to Michael. Yes, I know it's a completely different cancer, but Michael has had cancer. Right. Mm-hmm. You've had Ashley. Ashley's had cancer. Yes. Sharon and Ashley may not, but have something. And if you're going to honor the Drew and Sharon friendship, call Crystal Khalil, ask her, can she come over for an episode, even though I heard she's not going to say. Have her, be there and have Sharon and her talk, since Lily was very young and had to deal with cancer too. She had her uterus taken out. So you can have those multiple relationships, and the fact that they all share a common bond, which is cancer, of how it changes your life. CBS, Young and the Restless, please understand you have an audience that is watching. And just like everybody, like David and Anthony said, we know the the last health storylines you've done, you started and then you dropped it. And with soap.
Not to mention, this has to be said, and David touched on it, it's been done on multiple shows. It's been done really, really well. So you've got to find a basic storytelling way to keep us watching, to keep us interested. Not pop it up every couple of weeks. This means we need to see the day to day, the unraveling of her life, the unraveling of her let's face it, it's Sharon, her sanity, her familial and friendship,
and bring her mom, and bring her mother.
Oh God, yes.
Oh yes.
God, yes.
I mean, I know people have been saying that for years, for how can they bring her family and stuff. But right now, to me, if you're going to play it, and I have a feeling they're going to have Nikki a part of it too. Granted, I can see that. But at the same time, Sharon will need her mother, because that's why I said it is going to be an emotional journey. Like they've done so far, they've done it right. Have her, do the self-examination. And we would like to remind everybody to make sure you're doing it too, as well, all the ladies listening, and men too. Check yourself. The doctor's appointment and stuff right now they're playing the beats and whatnot. It's just further down, next week, the following week. Don't, like you said, don't make it such an after-school break special, but make it educational, entertaining. It's going to be some emotions. That's why I said, there's people who have gone through it, who's going to go through it. You have a job.
Let's keep our fingers crossed and time check. We got to get to best and worst for Young and the Restless. We got 4 soaps to cover tonight.
Oh,
David?
Oh, okay. The best for me is in the beginning when we saw Josh created, he did well with the ensemble cast for Kristoff's memorial.
Yeah.
Best for Young and the Restless for me. Secondly, Mark Grossman was has been a very good Adam Newman. Maybe a little too good, but yeah, that's number 2 for the best. The worst, I can't pinpoint any really storyline. It's just, I'm going to say, the style of storytelling where it's dropped on occasion, and that's the worst. No one storyline in particular. I think I've seen a pattern of that dropping this past year.
All right, I'm going to jump in next because I know Candice has got a lot to say. For me,
and Carolyn is on the line. If I didn't get a chance, Carolyn is on the line with us, so she has joined us.
I'm here. Did you get the video, David?
I saw it.
Okay, I'm
so
here.
For me, the Young and the Restless, I'm going to go with a 3-way tie for the best. And I say it this way. The veterans, coming back, which is also my worst. The use of the veterans coming back, kind of the worst I've ever seen in what I can remember in soap history. The second in the tie would most definitely be the special episodes, including Nikki, Jack, and of course the tribute to Kristoff. No soap in recent history has done even close to what the Young and the Restless has done for the anniversary episodes and the tribute episode. And finally, my third, I have to agree with David. The best casting, besides bringing back the veterans, which, besides Michelle Morgan, everybody else has been misused, in my opinion. The best casting on The Young and the Restless this year was most definitely Adam Grossman. Mark Grossman as Adam, excuse me. Candice, take it away, girl.
I agree with you. Young and the Restless did a great job with Melanie Thomas Scott, Peter Bergman, and, of course, Christoph St. John's tributes because they had the history. And, with Christoph St. John's passing and the way they honored, that was Josh's first test as head writer and co-executive producer was the Christoph tribute to see Shamar Moore back. Just, the way that they honored him, and they continue to honor him. So that was my best. I agree with you as far as Mark Grossman. He, we didn't know who he was, but now we do. And that the show is still on. The show is still on the air. So that's the best right there. Worst. Get ready, folks. I know this is going to be really short. Everything in 2019. There was certain storylines that it was just, the wrap up to certain storylines was just
Victor.
Not even that. You had the real big story was the wrap up of the JT storyline. The fact that we have not seen, or do anybody recall that Victoria was a victim of domestic violence? Because I'm pretty sure the Billy D.I.D. Avengers Endgame, wait a minute, I take that back. Another best was Jason Thompson's standalone episode. I got to give him that. But the Billy D.I.D. storyline with the chewing gum, are you serious? People popping in and out. But the biggest one for me personally is the rewrite of a rewrite of a rewrite of Catherine's will.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. Y'all know this has been my biggest issue. First and foremost, Josh, you started this storyline back in 2009, 2010, 2013. You cannot tell me. I don't care what, when you said in an interview, you always thought it was crazy for Devon for Devon to have the money. Well, guess what? He's been having this money for 6 years. For you to have done this storyline and I get it, you wanted to honor Jeannie Cooper, but no, not this. No. Hell to the no. That is my worst story. That's the worst that Young and the Restless has done. I also agree, even though this was a mixture of best and worst, I'm glad that Michelle Stafford is back. I know there was a lot of issues going on with that. I'm glad that Michelle Morgan is back. However, for the worst, and also I got to put this under with Greg Rickhart, Elizabeth Henderson, and Missy. Their returns was sucked.
Horrible.
And it's sad because these are some talented actors who deserve more. The Phyllis return, like right now, she's getting story, but in 2019, all she did was she was a target,
filler.
A play talk for like Abby, Phyllis versus Abby. Are you serious? Really?
Yeah.
Like no. You had Chloe and Chelsea. All of a sudden, they're sainthood. Like everything they've done to each other and to everybody else, everybody clearly forgot.
Yeah.
You bring back Kevin. Okay, you bring back Kevin. That's great. Then you have Michelle Morgan back. I already knew she wasn't going to be Hillary, but her story purpose, I don't get it. And it's sad because these are fan favorites, and we didn't get anything from them this year. And the fact
there are
that
so
you don't
many
have
missing opportunities of chemistry that Michelle Morgan has with everybody on canvas and the beats that they're not playing. My
and
God,
let me ask this question. You have Peter freaking Bergman, Eric freaking Braden, Melanie, oh my gosh, she can do no wrong, Thomas Scott. And where are they?
I don't know. Oh, I think Anthony dropped.
Oh, no.
No.
But, yeah, Young and the Restless 2019. Yeah. Oh, he should be back. But, yeah, Young and the Restless 2019 wasn't exactly the worst I've ever seen it, but it sure enough was boring. I love you, Young and the Restless. We're still cool. But you got to get it together. Seriously. Happy New Year's.
Am I back?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so I also have to say one thing before we move on from the Young and the Restless. one of the biggest balls dropped this year. I'm sorry, and I know there was a lot of behind-the-scenes drama. I know there was a lot of online drama, but they really dropped the ball and let us down with the Tracy Kane storyline. Must be said.
Yeah.
Must be said.
Yep.
Must be said.
Yep. Yep.
Thank you for saying that.
Yep.
But Candice and I found something a while back. You know who I'm talking about, Candice. We found someone that is on staff, that has been put on staff right now, that it feels like they're keeping him a secret. But we know who he is,
I'm just going to say this. Young and Restless fans, if you've been thinking the same thing that I've been saying, like on social media, that you've been probably picking up from Anthony and us tonight, then I'm just going to say I'm hoping, I understand the frustration. I hope it's somebody within the Young and the Restless family doing it, but I have noticed a change since 6 weeks ago. There's certain storylines that it's kind of a different tone versus the other stories that we're seeing. So make sure you're watching the credits. Okay?
Yeah.
Watch the credits.
Watch the credits.
Oh.
Watch the credits.
All right, David.
Do you know who we're talking
now?
about there, Sir Anthony?
I do, but let's not offend any soap community and leave it for our next show. Watch the credits is all I'm going to say.
Watch the credits.
And listen to Candice's
Periscope. Yeah. I'm like, come on, I'm waiting for them to make the announcements and stuff like that. I'm just like, come on. But we're not saying anything here. Just watch the credits.
We just noticed it.
All right, David, where are we going now?
Okay, Carolyn is on. Should we do days?
The best and worst of days. And if you want, I'll give my say about what's going on with the soap operas. My best, I'm going to say Gabby, Camilla Bannis, with her Camilla. When she when her revenge. It started out with her revenge, and then the scenes at the end when Stefan died and she had fallen in love with him. I thought they were very memorable. That's the best for me. What do you guys think?
That is certainly up there, Carolyn. But I'm gonna give you a little there. I think when we said on Young and the Restless, and Candice says everything else for the one topic, I'm going to tell you the same thing with Days, only in the opposite direction. I can't pinpoint one thing actually wrong.
Oh, I can, but go ahead.
Yeah, me too.
I can't right now. Well, because I've been happy with Days. I've been happy with Days. Well, right off the top of my head, I can't give you anything that's wrong. So,
okay.
But I love Days. So.
Okay, and then we'll go on to
Candice,
the worst.
Go ahead, girl.
I really I didn't like the with Nicole and the mask, and then she ripped off the mask, and then it was Kristen. That was just so unbelievable. And how come Brady didn't know that he was in bed with with Kristen? That I thought was the acting was good, but it was bad. That was just bad. Anyway.
Carolyn, what about Susan chewing through the rope with those big, massive horse teeth?
You know what?
We've been waiting for that moment for 24 years.
And as far as the soaps, I think they need to step up to the plate and have more empathy and resonate with the audience. I know they're soap operas, but if you see these reality shows, these streaming reality shows, they really get into what I say real life, and they can do the same on the soap operas. My opinion. Just get better storylines, but resonate with there's a lot going on in society today, and I think people need to know that they aren't alone. You know, these people are going through hard times today. So that's what I think they need to do. They need to change it, step it up a bit, and resonate more with the audience, and then they'll bring them in.
All right. Well, staying with days, Candice, girl, go ahead, because I got a lot to say.
Okay, so my best was Camilla Bannis, just because she's Camilla Bannis. I mean, this girl has blown up on days. Like, she went from this kid to the supporting actress to leading lady status quick. You may not agree with what she does, but I don't think nobody saying boo. Like, I don't want to be her when I grow up. She literally, I mean, it started out as revenge, and she found the love of her life. And to see her lose it and come back, but still with revenge on her mind, that is a soap vixen, folks. That is how you write it. That is how you bring a character into the game.
Yeah.
She's a strong girl. She's a strong girl. My God! The beginning of last year, they were brutal. They were brutal on social media.
They were really brutal with her. I mean, say what you want about the character of Gabby. Like I said, she has evolved. She is take me for who I am, honey, or else I will blow your heart up. Literally. Yeah. The fact that Days utilizes their vets. I will say this is Days does it right. I mean, Young and the Restless, you have your vets, but Days really utilizes the generations of their cast. From having Doug and Julie.
The senior citizens really went to work.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, the fact that you had Doug and Julie. I mean, and I think their anniversary was this past year too. That you see why they're the first TV super couple. We felt the love of Doug and Julie, and it was so organic. It's not one of these. It's just the beauty of it.
And their longevity. They've been through bad times, hard times, good times, and the longevity, the love is there. And they come and they go, and it wanes and it flows. No, that's the part of Days that I like. They come in and they show us the reality again. That's right, and they've endured it.
Exactly.
Candice, your worst.
My worst. Oh Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna get in trouble for this. I apologize right now. My worst is there's certain characters on the show. I'm not going to get into it because I know certain fan bases will come after me. But there's certain characters that I was just like a whole year, and we're still doing the same thing. Okay, I get it, evolution, but have you really evolved? I will say this about Lonnie is
yes.
The fact is that this is probably my worst, and it's carrying it over to now. You could have prevented all of this by telling Eli the truth.
Yeah.
That is right, but that's one of my worst. But I want to go back to really best. I like the fact that Ron paired up people we never suspect could be friends.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have Sister Act. Who would have ever thought that Lainey, Abe's little girl, and the demon Spawn would be buddies, bonding over the fact that, they lost their way. Who would have thought that Ben and Will, I mean, granted, they used to be best friends before Ben killed them.
Right, yeah.
That's true. That is true.
And I'm going to be honest with you, they got chemistry. And so does Sister Act. I mean, it's just these, I don't know if Ron thought about this, but there is certain things, there's certain friendships on this show that I'm just like, whoa. And the best is Princess Gina and Stefano. I'm sorry, Pacino. It's like
Pacino.
And Gina. I'm just like, I'm loving life. You set up the best. Kayla.
What's that?
Justin.
Was he 2019? No.
Yeah, that was 2019. Well, the time jump happened in 2019. But the fact that, like, at the end of last year was the drop of having Stephen Nichols return, but not as Steve. Oh, no. And then you have, at worst, killing off my Adriana. How dare y'all? How dare you, Dave? And you killed off the baby. You killed off Brady's baby. Everything else, and honorable mention, I know we got to go, is Caroline Brady's funeral.
Yeah.
With Peggy McKay's tribute. I have to, that was a huge loss too. But other than that, Days, you was on point. There was some worse that I could have really gone into, but I'm gonna be nice. Anthony.
Okay, so here we go. We started out the year with one of the best holiday episodes that we have seen in soaps in the last 10 years, when Eve marched in and tore apart the town, Jennifer, and surprise, here's Jack. Now, we all know that we are not going to stop having people come back from the dead. It's not going to happen. It's a soap staple. So I was looking forward to a lot with the Jack, Jennifer, Eve, memories, so on and so forth. I'm not going to say it was the worst storyline. What the worst storyline was the sidebar storyline that came along with it, Miss Chen, and all that went along with her. Whether she was with Trip, whether she was with JJ, whether she was here, whether she was there, whether she was coming back and then she was leaving again, y'all could have just left her on the cutting room floor and moved us along with some more scenes with things that we were interested in watching. I do agree, and I will say, of the four soaps, Days has most definitely had the most impact, the most consistency, the most keep me tuned in, keep me turning up and seeing what the heck is going on. Even the most far-fetched storyline in relative, well, then again, there's some memory transfers. Let's just say the mask, and the secondary mask, which was one of the funniest things I've seen on television in a while. They really kept it entertaining. They played the beats of all the characters the way they needed to be played. Kristen and Nicole worked seamlessly together as far as personalities and chemistry and all that is concerned. Days, and then you had the time jump. So they have most consistently done what a soap is supposed to be doing, what we want our soap to do, with minor mentions as to things that did not necessarily sing to our, senses, so to speak. Again, the worst for me is the whole Haley Chen. I'm just so glad that we're basically done. Bye, Felicia. And yeah, it was a lot more I was going to say, but honestly, Days of Our Lives of the four soaps, like I said, has carried it all the way through the year. David, go ahead, baby.
Anthony, you didn't care for the political storyline, I take it?
No. I think about 2 months into Jack coming back, I was saying, where'd they find him? Can they drop him back off there? And can you take Haley, her sister? And I love JJ. I want to love JJ. He's a beautiful boy, and he's got acting chops. He can really. But honestly, I'm like, my Lord, take him too. He does nothing. Take him too. Now, also, I do have to say, Ben and Sierra, fire. They definitely played those beats all year long, kept everybody going. It's the only super couple that I can think of this year that anybody was paying attention to. So, where they were bad, it was spectacularly bad, but it wasn't so bad that what was good took any of the fire away from what was good. This show most definitely is the show of the year. And y'all all know where my heart lies. I have watched General Hospital. I'll say it again since I'm 3 years old. But this year, Days without a doubt, takes Soap of the Year for me. And the time jump, I really do like the concept. I like what they did with it. I like that we're slowly unfurling story by story what happened and the ripple effects that it all caused. Oh, my God. Honorable mention, Paul Telfer, Xander. Honorable mention, Xander.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. And an honorable mention, by the way, to someone that we did not really like this year on Young and the Restless, Greg Reichardt. Come back to Dickies, baby. Come on back, Leo.
Wait, you forgot somebody else, too. Brandon. Brandon.
Oh, Brandon.
You know who I'm...
Brandon Barash. Oh, my God. Yes.
Brandon Barash.
Yes. Oh, yes. That boy, for all the flack that he took the first couple of weeks, made Stefan his own, and the chemistry between him and Camilla. And I'm sorry that I didn't mention it, but y'all all did such a good job. Camilla is the leading lady of the show right now.
She is. Oh, and you forgot another honorable mention, Robin Strasser.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony.
They know. Young and the Restless. Pay attention. Casey's not going to use her again, so hire yourself some Robin Strasser.
I'm going to just say this. The fact that Robin Strasser was on a soap this last year, I'm like, wait a minute, confusing. And she was able to say what you want, but she had fun with this character. And the fact that she shot Kate, that was an honorable mention. When she was like, thanks.
Girl, when she said, could you step a little to the left? Bang. I was just like, Dr. Kramer, paging Dr. Kramer.
Oh, my God.
That whole arc concerning her was pure genius. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wait a minute, real quick. I forgot to say this honorable mention to Ron for incorporating One Life to Live in today's with between Cassie DePive and Robin Strasser. That scene.
Oh, yes.
With those two and the doctor's coat when it said Dr. D. Kramer. If you remember that scene, it was an honorable nod to them, and I thought that was really cute. Like, haven't I seen you before? Like, you sure your name's not Blair? I'm sorry, that was funny. Okay, sorry.
All right. Well, keeping our time in check, let's go on over to Los Angeles and the city that only has 12 people. The Bold and the Beautiful. David, tell us what's been happening the last 2 weeks in Los Angeles.
Well, in the last 2 weeks, we got Thomas fighting for Hope on the sly.
Shocking.
He's trying to make everyone think his life is moving on with Zoe.
That's fine.
And not everyone is buying it. I don't know if Hope is there. I think Hope is aware, but I think she's looking more after Douglas than Thomas, and that's what's keeping her with him. And she turned down Liam's proposal because Liam's proposal had stipulations on it. And that's about it for the 2 weeks. There's a back and forth between Ridge and Brooke. Will he take her back? Will he not?
Shocking,
yeah. However, the best part for me is I think Candice, if you might agree with me that for a brief moment or two, we saw like 2 different stories being done at the same time instead of their one.
Yeah.
That would be the best. And
stop it, Anthony.
That's probably the best. I'd like. The worst is dropping. I don't know. Wyatt and Sally have been like MIA. That would be the word. I mean, it's like
so many interesting.
Yeah, I mean.
Go ahead, David. Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, but you got what I'm saying. It's just right now we're back to too much of one thing.
You know, Candice, you can't hold yourself back. Go, girl. Go.
Okay, I'm starting with the worst. I'm sorry. But the Wyatt, Flo, Sally, look, I know we wanted a break from the whole Liam and Stuffy, but no. Wyatt has now become the character that I really didn't think they would make him, and he's a wishy-washy person. He cannot make his mind up between, first and foremost, you drop Sally like a hot potato on the floor, and then you scoop her back up because Flo flowed on without you, and because Flo did all this stuff to you. No.
And 7 days later, asked her to marry you. And 7 days later, proposed. Thank you.
Exactly. 2, we're not going to blame Flo for anything. Are y'all serious? Like, even though I know Thomas, we'll get to that in a minute, but it started out with Flo, too, and Reese. And the fact that Flo, you know, I guess she thought if I give a piece of my kidney, liver, whatever to Katie, everything is going to be kumbaya. No offense to the actors, but Flo can flow on out and stay out, okay? 3, why does Katie need another house? Look, wait a minute, hold up. You have Don Diamont and Heather Tom, okay, icons of this genre. And the only thing you can do with Katie is make her body break down yet again. Are you kidding me? Seriously? Really? Okay. Bold and Beautiful, listen up real quick. In 2019, you had said, and I quote, there was going to be a story regarding Rick, Maya, and Carter.
Where is it? Yep, I remember that.
I need to know, like, even though the cast is oozing with, like, good looks, but the fact that you really dropped the Avant family, Rick Forster, I get it with the whole Kimberly, but you could have brought back Sheila Carter. The fact that you milk-made Quinn into this, I don't even know what. The fact that we don't see other characters on the show, and is offensive to me as a fan. If you cannot get Wayne Brady back, you could have recast. The same can be said for Taylor. These are key characters that needed to be a part of this storyline, the Baby Switch storyline. You needed Stephanie and Thomas's mom, and you also need us to see Reese.
Yep.
Everything else, like, there's only been considered like 1 or 2 storylines. You need some evolution with this. And I'm sorry, but as of this week, I am going to will say this. It was leading up to it. But as far as characteristics go, it started last year, too. You made Steffi weak. You made Hope weak. And you made Liam weak, too. That was last year. Now, best, Matthew Atkins. Look.
Yeah.
Y'all the Restless fans, you guys got Mark Grossman. GH, we'll get to GH later. But Bold found a great actor. And Matthew, kudos to every single praise you're getting, because you turned Thomas, even though the character of Thomas has been creepy, I would like to readdress that with our fans here. Thomas has always been a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But you're having this man be and I've been saying this so much, the emotional puppet master. He comes in with an emotional situation. Caroline died, everybody. Douglas is without a mom. Thomas is he is emotionally abused. I mean, we don't like it, but he's emotionally abused his son. And everything else is just he's been the puppet master. My God, he even tore Ridge and Brooke apart. You know, he has Hope kind of in his pocket because they're co-parenting. He's a thumb under, he's a thorn, literally a thorn, underneath Liam. And, of course, he's using Stuffy. Another thing about Bold and Beautiful that I love is, ladies and gentlemen, this is how you do an umbrella storyline.
Yeah.
This is how you do it. You start with the main. I know everybody was hurt about the baby storyline. Once the reveal, by the way, that was another best, you start seeing trickles of how this is affecting Brooke and Ridge, that incorporated Shauna, how it affected White and Flo and Sally, because White, couldn't decide if she should go to jail or not. You saw, the Spencers and the Forsters, and in that situation. You saw two mothers dealing with a life-changing situation, as well as a father. Say what you want. It may went on too long, but that's what it's like. I think people forget, and this is one of my best too. Bo does traditional storytelling of soaps that we've forgotten about. And, when people said, oh, it needs to hurry up, we've now gotten into that mindset where, we have to have an end game within 6 months. They took their time and they involved. Say what you want. You saw evolution with some of the characters. It may not have been romantic, but their priorities shifted a little bit. So kudos, Bo, but for your worst, Oh, and Douglas, the cutest, and Kelly, and the babies. The babies are the best too because they're good acting. They're good. When the baby said that.
Oh yeah.
All right. So for me, I'm gonna go balls to the floor. My best and worst happens to be the same thing. It was the one storyline. You had weeks and weeks and weeks where nothing happened but everybody trying to discuss when it was going to happen. It was like if I heard one more person say, when is Hope going to find out it's her baby? Blah, blah, I was about to pull out hairs off my dog because I ran out of hairs on my own head. There was no more hairs in my head to pull out. So, that was the worst part of it. However, Bolt has been consistently the last couple of years the king of the reveal, the king of the shock moment, and they did not disappoint. When those 3 weeks surrounding the actual secret coming to a head, you had poor little Douglas in turmoil, dropping hints, so on and so forth, the emotional payoff for both parents finding out their child, it was the best and the worst storyline ever in so many ways. The fallout, I don't agree. It's trickled down, but it's trickled down in stupidity in a lot of ways, where there were so many moments that it could have really been on fire. I agree. Wyatt Sally, oh my God. How many times can people have near-death experiences, even though he is the puppet master and he's an incredible actor? No more near-death experiences, please. The person who went off the cliff, oh my God. Did you need to draw it out another couple of weeks? Yeah, no, I'm talking about what the hell was her name? Poor little girl. She was driving and went off the cliff. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Emma.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Just to drag us out another 3 weeks after that. What was the other death? Where was that other death you promised us that was going to happen? Didn't happen. Where is Rick? Didn't happen. What the hell happened to Rick and Maya? Beats the hell out of me.
They got divorced. That's all we know.
Hey, Maya, welcome back. Would you like to have a cup of coffee? What happened with your husband? Why ain't you with your husband? Thank you. Best and worst is the same thing. One storyline. Bold, please. I know you're a half-hour show. You can't probably do more than 2, but at least give us something else to watch during some of this stuff. All right, I'm done. Anyone else?
Wow. Carolyn?
Hello.
You got something?
Yeah. No. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I'm here and I'm listening. I'm just, wow. I'm really. Oh, Anthony, you're a trip.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
That brings us to poor Charles.
Oh.
What? Oh God. We can't. Thank God we have an hour because this definitely needs more than a half hour. Poor Charles. I'm gonna start with the worst. I have to. I am still hurting. I am still disappointed in the misuse of. We are talking multiple Emmy-winning talent.
3 times.
That
3 times.
That lingered, creeped, dreeped. I can't think of anything else that rhymes with it, but he just creeped through the town in every situation that he didn't belong in and felt awkward in, and was nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be found in all the storylines that he did belong in. That, to me, hurt so bad as far as the missed opportunities. Okay.
Ooh, Anthony.
I'm taking a cleansing breath. I am going to speak about the best, and I think y'all are all going to scream at me, but I do feel...
Who were you talking about before? I was trying to follow you. I couldn't...
Candice, you want to tell them who?
I'm going to say, David, I'm going to do like a soap opera cliffhanger. Stay tuned for my list, because I'll address who we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with what I think the best of the year has been. And it's an actress and a character who has consistently had the best material. For the most part, there have been some interesting, not so great moments, but consistently throughout this year, Ava/Miss Maura West has been given great stuff to play. And when she has played it, she has played it. Oh, my God. The fallout
She's
from
played
Kiki.
it.
The fallout from Kiki, becoming a drunk, playing with the psychic, even the psychic, friendship with Laura. The best this year in General Hospital has been Miss Maura West and the Adventures of Ava. There are so many honorable mentions that, I will say in the last 2 months, the stories have all ramped up. They're racing towards satisfying information drops and or conclusions. I hope that they decide to cull the cast a little bit and cut away some dead weight. I'm so glad that they brought back Tracy Quartermain, but as of yet, I have not seen anything that made me say, oh, this is phenomenal. Thank God for this. So whatever you're bringing, whatever you're about to bring it.
I heard.
Yeah, bring it back hard, because it was such a soft return. I was like, what? No, I expected to come in with a fire torch and just start, taking a torch to Monica's redecorating. Because what? Honorable mention to addition to the cast, that cute little Violet. Oh my God, I want to eat her up.
Oh, you mentioned mine too.
With this, oh my God, I absolutely love her. Why did you bring Hayden back? There was no point to that whole storyline arc. I could go on, but I'm going to pass the torch to Candice because the most important salient points I have made.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so everybody knows that GH is a show that I love and I dislike, and y'all know I had my paperwork already, but everybody has known the last 2 months, GH has been on, in the words of Anthony, on fire. The best is new co-head writer and people actually paying attention to history. Best is that we have a teen scene. It's been years since GH had a solid teen scene, and I like the addition of the young actress who plays Trina. I love William Lipton. He's grown. And, of course, Eden McCoy is the bomb. The fact that you had Jane Elliott, I never thought this would happen. Jane Elliott returning to play Tracy Quartermain. Also, the fact that GH, you kept 2 recast returns a secret. Nicholas Cassadine, who we've been asking for so many years to come back. The actor who plays Nicholas Cassadine is amazing. Also having Brooklyn back. Oh, get it to me, girl. Amanda, you're back in Tom, honey. I love you. Yes, of course, the little girl who plays Violet. Hopefully they keep her. She may be the new Kimberly McCullough. There, I said it. Okay.
Yeah.
And now for the worst.
Oh, you got
Drew's memory and Franco's body and you do not have Billy Miller to play in this storyline. That's who we were talking about. The fact that you wasted Billy freaking Miller.
Oh, okay.
And like, he wasn't even part of it. Like, to me, like, okay, this is my biggest gripe. First and foremost, you just misused him. Let's call it what it is. You misused him. You didn't know where to put him at all. The storyline with the transition of memories should have happened while he was on the show. That was the whole point of the last 5 freaking years, was to do the storyline. And you did not have a crucial person to be in the storyline. The demise of Tamara Braun's return to General Hospital. You know, there was so much potential with Tamara Braun as Kim on General Hospital, a la the chemistry that she and Maurice still have. The fact that once Oscar passed away, rest in peace, Oscar, we'll miss you, some of us will. You should have just let her character go. Let her character go off of Nimiko Job or whatever. But the fact that you had this character rape, let me say that real clear, rape a man because of the grieving process. No, General Hospital, we ain't doing this today. It's already bad enough you kind of used that word rape in a lot of the storylines last year. You did it with Sam and Shiloh. That whole story arc, to me, the day of dawn and whatnot, that wasn't, I mean, the actor who played Shiloh could have been used for somebody else. I felt as though that was not even a good story. It started out as a Christina story, and it just, I mean, and the secret, and GH, we already knew. We already knew Alexis killed Kiefer. We were there. We remember she hit him with the car. We remember. Like, it's not like a big, to that shocking secret. I mean, if you would have said that Christina had a baby somewhere and, whatnot, that would have been shocking. But it was nothing. It was dry ice. Speaking of, where's Parker and Valerie? Okay, my point exactly. Peter. And the fact that Anna knows she's not the mom, but you know what? I'm not even going to go there, because there were certain storylines this year that really made no sense, and it was lacking build up. And GH, you're known to build up storyline and have a great payoff. We talked about this about Bold and Beautiful, the baby storyline. I'm sorry, by the time that Michael finds out this kid is his, it's going to be the 18th birthday. At this point, I mean, that was another factor too. For the best, I will say I love the fact that Perry was used this year. That we saw Brad kind of tap into that dark side a little bit more. You may not agree with it, but the fallout of that was really interesting. The Quartermains and Cassadines being back on the main front, best. The last 2 months, honorable mention, has been, I'm going to take it farther than best. It has been amazing.
Yeah, it has.
To see this show that fans have been complaining about for years and months, and the last 2 months, you've seen General Hospital go back to what GH really is, and that's good storytelling with characters that we actually, I mean, not saying,
recognize.
This to be mean, but these are characters we've actually been connected to and the evolution of as well. And I hope General Hospital will continue this trend into the new year. So far, it's like 9 days in, and they're doing a good job. Another word is, I'm sorry, the Carly baby storyline. I'm going to be honest with you. Working with children every day, I've seen kids with disabilities, and they're the cutest things. GH, you started the story out with a positive situation because a lot of people were connected to the character, and then all of a sudden you said this baby was fine, and that was the problem.
For now,
is that you put a Band-Aid.
For now.
Well, for now, now with the new writers, I'm hoping that, I'm going to be honest, I hope down the line that something, and I'm not saying this to be, but the fact that you put awareness on this and said that there's a chance that this child would not be quote unquote normal, and quote unquote because Carly is a certain age and stuff like that, there was, going to be issues. But for you just to put a Band-Aid and say, oh, everything is fine, like Mary Poppins, you kind of disservice. You know what I'm saying? Like when you tell a story like that, you're connecting with your viewers. And there may have been a lot of viewers, and I actually saw this on Twitter, some people who actually have kids were actually like praising GH, and then when the story kind of...
They were offended.
Right, yeah.
They were offended because it looked like they just put the Band-Aid on.
Right,
yeah. And if the struggle is real out there, the struggle is real. The parents will let down.
Right.
They want to identify. They want to identify with the angst of, you know, we don't know. You know what? To say this child's gonna be fine. Okay, let's live our lives like nothing ever happens. That's not reality. These parents wanted to see the day-to-day angst of these two parents. Like, we're not gonna know, and looking for signs and beating each other up, beating themselves up, trying to hold each other up. Or they lost so many beats. And it's so strikingly obvious against the storyline that's praised and doing so well. Max Gale, oh my God! But when you're doing so well with that storyline, to drop the ball with the baby storyline, it's offensive to those parents out there that struggle every day.
And don't forget that Bobby has type 2 diabetes.
Oh, Bobby's illness.
I mean, there could be. I mean, we're not saying that General Hospital have to go after school break special, but the thing is that with Carly, again, you have Sonny and Carly, two popular characters on General Hospital that people adore. You have Laura Wright and Maurice Bernard, two great actors of this genre. Here's a story that because General Hospital, let's be real for a second, out of all the soaps, General Hospital has always told social issues and health issues as well, storylines. So when you say that Carly, who has a history of high-risk pregnancy, okay, going back to Michael Morgan, all the way up, you're connected to this character. Once they said that this character had, what was it again? I'm sorry.
Spina bifida.
You have viewers who, has this been done on daytime before? Because we're so used to the cancer and the AIDS. And I think, and I'm actually going to say this, I think General Hospital may have been the first to deal with that subject. I want to actually give them that prop because I'm thinking, they Down syndrome was on Gone Light. You have, illnesses and stuff like that on soap. But for them to go ahead and do that, and it's like, okay, me as a viewer who's probably, has experienced it myself or has a child or somebody I know, oh my gosh, Carly or General Hospital, let me see how they're going to handle it. And they were playing, and then I don't know if they were. I don't even want to say afraid.
That's why they're called General Hospital, and they need to again address the issues, what people are out there struggling with, how they come through it, the support system they have.
Right.
The parents. Yeah. I'm a hairstylist, and I had a client years ago that had a child, and I mean her guilt about what did I do and this, and really you didn't do anything.
It's all it takes on a marriage.
It can be addressed. Yes, it can be addressed. And the guilt factor with the parents, with not only spina bifida, with other issues, and they could really they could do a better job.
I want to ask you guys a question because there are two different soaps across the pond who are dealing with racial terrorist issues that are dealing with teen abortion, so on and so forth. General Hospital has the perfect opportunity to take on storylines like that. Are we, as a soap viewing audience, too pat to tell the kind of stories that could be told? You have the perfect character who came in, Dev, to open up a racial, religious storyline, and it's the teen scene. There could be an accidental pregnancy. Are we starting with the shock factor and then shying away from the stories that could really be told? Not only General Hospital, but especially right now with the way things are geared up.
Days touched on Alzheimer's, and they had. I thought they had a captive audience. I was very interested when Caroline and what was going on with her, and no, they could take these storylines further. I don't know why they don't.
I don't know.
I will say because I watch, digital series, as everybody knows, and I watch the overseas shows and stuff, and I'm still true to the daytime. Here's the deal. Mm-hmm. We, as a soap community, has gotten soft because we don't want to be offended by certain things on soaps. I mean, this is the genre that had marital rape. This is the genre that had racial attacks on Gone Light. This is the
genre that had the first abortion on television.
And they rewrote it. Right. I'm not even mad. We had other than health things, we had the effects of a biracial couple going out in public. Yeah. I feel as though, look, people get offended when they see two girls kiss on TV or two guys kiss on TV. Let's be real. And when you have soap writers who's coming back to the genre and say, I've been away for so long, but I'm shocked that the daytime genre has sat still. All this time, we've gone through, look, everything plays out on primetime television. And the thing is that when you watch daytime, I get it. This is your fantasy getaway. You want to see, the good-looking people and whatnot. But also, keep in mind, this is the genre that brought us awareness to the AIDS quilt. This is the genre that brought awareness to, rapes and, domestic violence, teen pregnancies, runaways, biracial situations. Like, this genre broke the mold. You think primetime did it first? Get real. You got, drugs and abuse, drug abuse, alcohol abuse. This is a genre that has been well received all around the world. And sadly, because of the times we live in, because we have a lot of focus groups, we have people who will threaten to walk away from the show, and the ratings will go down, and advertisers will leave. That's where we're at right now, and it's sad because us viewers, I'm pretty sure all of us can remember a certain storyline that was just and I'm not talking about like Marlena being possessed or anything, but we could sit here and come up with a list of
Nikki on the YNR, her addiction. I thought that years ago was one of the best.
I mean, we can come up with social storylines, like I said earlier, Lillian's breast cancer awareness, Emily and Lily's, here's another thing, family members raping other family members and the pregnancy result. Ally as well turns, Lily and Ivy. It's just, and the show Generations. I mean, you really think about all of this and compare it to now, it's because the way society is right now, because, Caroline, you just said it, because everything is happening outside of the world, nobody wants to see that being reflected on TV. They don't want to see, people poor and paying bills, or else they're going to get put out of their house. Everybody lives in a fancy hotel. Everybody's like, oh, I'm so beautiful, I'm wonderful. You don't have nobody who has.
Oh yeah,
they
did that with Curtis and Jordan.
But I'm going to tell you. But here's the thing. I'm going to be honest with you.
I think the public resonates with and the fans resonate with reality. Somebody loses everything. How do they cope with it? And it's always.
Oh my God! I'm sorry. I got to hold days up again. And yes, they buried it very quickly after it was finished. But the JJ shooting Theo storyline, people tuned in who hadn't watched for years for the fallout.
That's right. Mm-hmm. That was real.
So it can be done.
It's real, and it was controversial.
Need to get back to basics. The
JT storyline. The JT storyline on Young and the Restless, everybody knows where I stand at with this. I feel as though Young and the Restless did a great job, whether you agree with this or not, they did a great job. But because, and I will say this again, because somebody said, hey, this is Young and the Restless, and we don't want to lose because CBS is a conservative network. I'll just be honest; they're a conservative network. They've always been. They don't want to lose. They don't want to lose viewers. They don't want to assault anybody. Like literally, I mean, I meant no harm by saying it, but they don't want to lose the viewers that they were quote unquote already losing. I personally was like you said, Anthony. There's 2 soaps across the sea right now that is doing that storyline, and people are watching and they're doing it. And the reality is, the same person who started that storyline was on The Young and the Restless and brought that flavor over. When everybody said that they want new ideas on soaps. When it happens, oh no, we don't want that. We don't want that. So I feel as though we're conflicted as a soap community. We want it.
Yeah.
But when it happens, it's like, no. But it's fine on primetime, digital, and everywhere else, but not on daytime. Daytime has gotten soft.
Candice, David, Carolyn, what do you want to see in 2020? What would excite you soap-wise? What would get you motivated to really tune in every day?
Oh, I thought you were going to be for the soap genre, because I had a good answer for that.
No, it is for the soap genre. It's for the genre.
Soap genre.
What are you wishing for?
I'm wishing for either ABC, CBS, or NBC to have the daytime Emmys on TV. And
that would be nice.
And the reason I say that is because you guys know me. I feel as though for people to see the respect that this genre has earned over the last 80 years, and I say 80 years because I'm including radio, I'm including, going all the way up. The respect that this genre deserves. Look, we're the best kind of fans. We're not like the sports fans. If their team loses, boo, we're burning down jerseys. We're not like the movie genre fans. We're not the music fans. We're the best genre because we stick with these shows through the good, the bad, and the WTF. Okay.
Yeah, these are genres. They're fickle. But soap stars, soap fans. They're there. They're very supportive.
Yeah, we're diehard. We will ride or die. Literally ride or die. Like our show could be the worst. We're still watching. We're still gonna watch. But
we're still watching.
We hope for the best, and we hope things turn around.
We come on here. We come on here twice a month and do a podcast for the best kind of genre out there. We don't have to, but we do.
Yeah.
And the fact is that we would like to see the respect. I would love to see the daytime Emmys on Sunday night, not Friday, but Sunday, so I won't go to work the next day. And we want to see it treated. We want to see people there because the last time that they had the Emmys, when we saw it and there was empty seats, that hurt. It's like it's like you got to get us wrapped up again. Like, look, if you want to invite all of us at Take Two Radio to the daytime Emmys, we would like to be there. Anthony and me would like to rock it on the stage as well. We could be the host of the night. Just saying. But you need to do that. I think
soap reporters.
Well, I just want to be a presenter. Y'all know me. I'm greedy, but I feel as though for me as a fan to see the networks take pride in their genre and their soaps, that will get me excited as a fan, knowing that I'm excited for these shows just like you guys are, but I need to see you guys put the effort into it for me to continue to be a fan. I mean, the excitement. So that's one. Did Anthony drop?
No, I'm here.
Oh, let me check.
Carolyn, what about you?
Hello?
Carolyn?
Carolyn?
Yeah. Geez, I thought I was saying a lot. Okay. What do you want me to say? What I want from?
What do you want in 2020?
In 2020? 2020?
Yeah.
I think I want the same. I listened to a TED Talk a number of years ago, and the woman had written a book, and she said, the human condition is We want to be seen, we want to be heard, and we want to be validated. And I think that's what's going on. That's what's going on with fans. You know, they want their voice heard. They want what they want. And for me, I wish they would go back to basics. And they do. Days does touch on it. I don't know about you guys. This is going on right now. For me, it's confusing. I don't know about you guys. What do you think about this way that it's going? Are you enjoying it or no?
For the first time,
we're turning a corner.
Oh, okay.
For the first time in a long time, I'm starting to get excited. 3 out of the 4 soaps this year turned it around. You know, and the 4th one is struggling to try to turn it around. You know, they've made strides in making the stories make more sense, in playing the beats, in playing the family characteristics and values and so on and so forth. But I think, for me, I have to disagree with Candice. I think that I want to see a little bit more of my life in these shows. I want to see a mother that's worried about her son having to go to war. I want to see, hats off to Jordan and Curtis and all, but I want to see somebody struggling to pay bills, about to be put out. You know what? You know, Tracy Quartermain, somebody can tug on her heartstrings and she can write a check at the last second and bail them out. But I want to see the struggle. I think I want to see them push the edge. I want to see something that's going to shock, but that's based in reality. You know, somebody having somebody's memory who's been dead for about 10 years now, somebody who had an eye patch who comes back and thinks he's the Phoenix. It's fun, and I'm enjoying watching it, but been there, done that. I want something of real shock value this year. I want to walk away from 2020 feeling like my stories touched something, told something, taught something, you know, even if it's something basic like what we were talking about before, the baby storyline, where the ripple effect is the marriage was broken up. There's infighting with the children. There is so much that can be played with that. You know, she turns to Jason and in a fit of drunken, I don't know what's going on. They sleep with each other. He didn't want it. She didn't want it. Now everybody hates both of them. You know, there's so many stories that just aren't told the way they should be told. And I don't want to say that next year when we're doing this podcast. I want to say, oh, my God, you know, all 4 of these shows brought me to a place where I haven't been with soaps in years. That's what I'm hoping for. You know, and it doesn't have to be.
You know that my favorite has always been from the beginning days. And like JJ was a year and a half ago and struggling with suicide. I thought that was just.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. I love that. That to me was like real. And you were talking about just a few minutes ago. I was in Winn-Dixie. That's a food chain down here today, and I see this young kid. He's a cashier. He's putting himself through school, and I said, "Oh, hi. How are you today?" And he says, "I'm having a great day." And I said, "That's really good." And why? And I said, "Why is that?" He said, "Well," he says, "I haven't been drafted." I said, "Oh, because of all this going on with, you know." He's at an age, and he said, "You know, that's been a concern of mine, and that, like, to me, that's real. You're talking to everyday people and the issues that they have.
That's every day."
And
yeah.
When they did Angie and Jesse, when they did certain storylines, it was what the country was dealing with at that moment.
Right. Yeah.
You know, when they did a teenage abortion on television, when they had a hooker in the courtroom, you know, coming out to all of our influential friends, you know, those are things that were going on in society at that time. Now, I mean, granted, thank you for telling an Alzheimer's story twice. Thank you for for introducing characters of color and characters of LGBTQ, but you whitewash them to such a degree that those characters don't look like anybody that I know.
No, they don't. No, they don't look real.
But you know what the thing is that, and here's what I really too look. The days of Agnes Nixon, William J. Bell, Ernest Phillips, Claire Labine, and all the writers that has gone. They've gone. Gloria Monty and everybody else. Those days are gone.
Old school.
And
old school. Yep.
And we, so fans, we still hold those stories close to our hearts because, like you said, Anthony, it was representation. There was representation. Douglas Marland. I gotta give him a shout out. Douglas Marland. He.
Yes.
Like I mean, those days are gone, and now we look towards the new. And there's been some writers who have worked with these people, so they know how to do it. What I also want to say, and then David, is for the female characters. Caroline, I think you might agree with me on this. I need for some strong-minded female characters in 2020 to show up.
That's right.
And step up. Because I am sorry. I mean, you take a look at Gabby. And I know there's been such a heat about this of like, well, they're protecting their men and all that stuff. That's great. That's fine. Stand by your man, as Tammy Wynette sung. But at the same time, please do not lose their identities and still have them be in a relationship. But let's not forget their passion. On General Hospital, Elizabeth loved art. She loved art. And I have not seen her do art in a very long time. I look at Carly on General Hospital, a strong character who has just been reduced to, I'm worried that if I do this, Sonny's going to be mad at me. You're Carly.
Yep.
Ava Jerome / Cassadine, go girl, is probably one of the characters that is still a strong female.
Ashley.
And the thing is, Bold and Beautiful, you already know what I'm going to say.
Oh, God, yes.
Take it home, girl. Stop. You need to stop. We know Steffi and Hope are the daughters of Brooke and Taylor. We know that Liam is the 2.0 version of Ridge. But Steffi and Hope, you saw how this happened with your mothers. You both are strong-minded women who have their own careers. You now are mothers. So stop writing these women like they're just there. They're not.
Well,
this genre,
high school children.
Wait a minute. This genre was started by a woman. This genre was started by a woman, a single mother at that. For those who are listening, Ernest Phillips was a single mother, and you go from 1927, I'm probably dating wrong, but whatnot, to now, and it's like, okay, the evolution of women has gone down. I mean, okay, yeah, we don't have One Life to Live anymore. Yeah, I mean, this is another reason why in 2020 I would love this announcement to come back, saying that One Life to Live, All My Children, Gone Like As Well Turns, Another World are coming back. Because those were the last soaps that really did have strong female characters. I'm sorry, I will say it.
Say it.
Well, look, we had. When did we have Jackie Zeman on? I mean, that woman, her real life, her real life. You could touch on.
Jackie was August.
Give somebody a part. Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, what now she is a strong woman.
She really is.
Yeah. And you could take her life and put it on a soap opera.
Right.
David. What do you want to see in 2020?
Yeah. I want to see stories that will connect me and draw me in. I want to see stories from my backyard, basically. The struggle to survive, to keep a job, of a person trying to keep their job and going through daily life. I know it might not be glamorous, but it's real life, and people want to see real life depicted more, and they want to see a little more realism to their escape, and that maybe they won't feel alone.
And their support system, or reaching out for a support system. I mean, we're in a society right now that is cocooning. People won't ask for help. They're staying in more.
Yes.
I follow a lot on, and the millennials, they're having a difficult time. I mean, they have too many choices. They overthink everything. I've got a godson, and he's going to be 13, and the struggle he's going through. I said, oh, my goodness, don't be embarrassed about this, and the bullying that goes on. These to me, they need to be addressed. And that's what I would like for 2020. Just get it out there and know that you're not for sure. Know that you're not alone. You can reach out. That's one main thing that I tell. I have a neighbor now. She's in her 80s and she's got family, and they never come to see her. I was the only one at Christmas time that took her over a meal. I mean, come on, you got to reach out. You got to be helpful. You got to be kind. And I think that can be it's educating, and they can do a lot through the soaps.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I think that it is time for us to let our viewers know where they can reach us, where else they can see us. Take Two Radio Soaps. We're on Twitter. We are on Facebook. I am Anthony31C on Twitter, and I am Anthony Corona on Facebook. David?
David Silvani on Facebook. Take Two Radio Crew on Twitter.
Candice?
Hey, you guys can find me at Candy Pool on Twitter, which means if you sign up to my Twitter, you're going to see my lovely live videos, which apparently everybody's liking, I guess, if you want to hear me continue to talk.
Go on, girl.
About soap, so. Yeah, you can also find me.
You're getting a lot of views there. I think,
what's so funny? People telling me that, I've seen people, pop up and stuff, and I've seen, certain people, pop up in it. But y'all know me. I just like talking about soaps. I know I go overboard sometimes, but oh well, I'm a soap fan. What can you do about it? What do you want me to do? You know what? For 2020, I won't be such a soap fan. Right.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh, Candice, stop. We love you, Candice.
I love you guys too.
Carolyn, where can they find you? Go ahead.
Yep.
Go ahead, David.
Go ahead. I already did it. It's your turn, Carolyn.
Oh, okay. I'm Carolyn Jenkins, Barefoot Blonde 5 on Twitter, and I'm Cassie Jenkins on Facebook.
All right.
So
if you agree,
there is something.
Go ahead.
There is something I forgot to mention.
Go ahead, David.
Okay.
Okay. For GH, the addition of Little Joe Fiel, who's playing Violet.
Oh, God, yes.
I agree with all of you there. Second is the show of additional talent in the cast, because we saw William Lipton just erupt a couple times with his songs. Seeing a 16-year-old who writes his own songs, who's been singing since he was 8, is very nice to see, and very what's the word I'm looking for? Inspiring.
Magnet.
For the youth.
Inspiring. Awesome.
Inspiring. Secondly, when I went to Real People, and Candice, we talked about this on our last show.
Mm-hmm.
Josh and Caitlin, how they use them to tell the story of true family planning without any action. They were made as, I thought they were the perfect vehicles to display the right type of, how to go about doing a family and using the right tricks and talking about it along the way. It's like they're setting them up, and I thought that was refreshing. Thank you.
All right. Well, guys. Yeah. We did recaps. Let's do a quick, what do we think is coming up on the 4 shows? And we might as well go in the order that we started with, The Young and the Restless. Candy,
a new writer.
Show?
A new writer. Oh, what's coming up? Oh, sorry. No, what do I think is coming up? Obviously, the uncovering of who is Amanda. That's like, right, look, we've been getting little drops of hints here. We know she was adopted. Mm-hmm.
True.
That is it her ex? Her ex is like stalking her or something like that. Amanda and Billy, are they or aren't they? Are they friends? Or are they gonna be friends with benefits? Stay tuned. Chelsea, Adam. Question mark. Okay. Phyllis. Will it be Phyllis and Chance? Will Phyllis take a chance on Chance? Or will Chance not take a chance on Phyllis? You see what I did there?
And go with Abby.
Oh, that was another worst, too. I forgot. Worst is Abby. Y'all need to do something with that character, because for her to be a hybrid of a Newman and Abbott, y'all, and it's not the actor's fault. It's not the actor's fault. It's just y'all don't know what to do with the character. If you don't know what to do with the character, cross over to Bold and Beautiful. What else is next? Sharon.
Biopsy.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up.
Yeah, that. And, here's another thing for 2020, Mariah and Tessa fans. I want more storyline for Mariah and Tessa. If you have not been watching Young and the Restless, you need to watch. You need to watch what's going on, because there was some great material with those two this past week. So yeah, I think Young and the Restless, and we're also gearing up. We're 4 weeks away from Eric Braden's anniversary. Come through, Young and the Restless. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go, baby. Let's go. 40 years.
Well, I'm going to piggyback on Candice, and absolutely, let's go with Eric Braden. Absolutely with Tessa and Mariah. There's so much to play there. I am going to predict that when Sharon starts hitting the lows, that it's going to pull into orbit Nick and Adam all over again. And it's going to have beats to play with Chelsea going WTF, Sharon leaning on both of them for different reasons, and opening up that triangle. I am very, very interested in Amanda's character. There is so much potential. I really, really would like to see her ex threaten her life, make her miserable, have some people on the canvas that they haven't beat her with yet, come and play out those beats. David?
I did read something where I see that Amanda's story could possibly go into Billy, and I guess he's going to she's going to lead him into trouble or something, maybe with her ex, because Billy's in there someplace, and Devon's going to be on the other side.
I heard that story, but I'm also, because of what I'm thinking that's going to happen, my wish list, like I said, the stuff like I have a feeling some of the stories that was pre-planned may not go in that direction.
Yes, I agree with you there.
All I gotta say is just watch the credit.
For the sake of time, let's go with what our hopes are for Bold and Beautiful.
Jesus, I can't.
More cast in the picture than what we've already seen, and a little more diversity in story.
Go ahead, Anthony. Just rip the Band-Aid. Rip the Band-Aid off.
Okay. I would like to see them for once and for a while bury Hope, Liam, and Steffi. I'd like to see Steffi with a new man. I would like to see, if possible, them bring back Vincent Arizari and put her in Steph's orbit, because I think that would be such an interesting story to tell. I think that Bill and Katie in Steffi's orbit, yeah. Don't you think the two of them would play really well with each other?
Or in Katie's orbit?
No, I'd rather see something happen with Steffi and they meet and the sparks fly. Honestly, I think Bill and Katie have a lot of story that they could tell, and there are external circumstances right now that can push them into the forefront. I think most importantly, the baby storyline is done. Push Hope, Steffi, Liam triangle to the back and tell something new. And please let us know what the hell happened to Rick and Maya. That's me. Go ahead, David.
Yeah.
Bold and Beautiful.
Oh, I did. I said more diversity in story. Other characters being shown more.
Candice?
Go with Thomas and Hope. It's controversial, but they got amazing chemistry. And get them some help, professional help, especially Hope. For nobody to have gave that girl some therapy is beyond ridiculous. Also, based off of this week alone, I need for Steffi to have a brain transplant and have some common sense put into her. I also feel as though, like you said, to have a kind of a break from the Hope, Liam, and Steffi. Look, Brad, we know you listen to the show. This is not 30 years ago. This is not their Brooke, Taylor, and Ridge. At least with that triangle that your parents did, they had individual character traits, individual storylines, and it wasn't always shoved in our face. They had multiple story arcs, multiple men and women in their lives. I agree. More diversity, more characters. I need to know what the hell happened to Rick and Maya for them to get a divorce. Was it Amber? Was it Amber? Was it Amber? If so, can I see that story play out? Like, I'm being honest. Like, I mean, I love Rick and Maya, and I think their journey to getting to where they were was good. But when you drop a bombshell like that, was it Amber? Was it? I would watch that triangle. I would watch that triangle.
Yes.
I also hope that actually I wouldn't mind this. I actually want to see more of Quinn reverting back to Quinn.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I don't know who this woman is, this Mary Sunshine. But
I think she's a member of Dawn a Day. So LA.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'll be honest with you. Hey, Bo, you like doing surprises, right? She's not running for anything. Bring back Sheila and bring her back as Sheila. Not the coffee maid, but Sheila. Let's go. We deserve it. We deserve the real fight between Quinn and Sheila. Oh my God, I can imagine that scene.
Let's jump
replaying at the
on days, I'm not sure if it's clever or not, but I can't wait. Steve is going to tell Kristen that he's Stefano. So I want to see how that's going to go. I think it will be interesting. And on Vincent Azari, he's coming here in February, and I'm trying to work a deal that I go to the event. And I'll be asking him what's going on. I'll be bold enough to ask. What's happening?
David, days?
Oh, geez, I see something going on with Evan. And he had a look in his eye when Ray wanted to do a security check on him. And he looked a little nervous. So he might have something to do, and there are three reveals I saw that are rumored to come out. I don't know if they're true, but we're going to find out what happened with Adrian. We're going to find out what happened with Ben and Jordan. And I think, what is the third one I'm looking at? Oh,
about the baby.
The baby.
Yep.
Well, David couldn't have said it better myself. I'm going to add one thing. I know that Allison Sweeney has already taped and will be taping again, so I hope when they bring Sammy back, it's explosive. Candice, go ahead.
Well, Days, you're bringing back Louisa Rowe back to Vivian, so we already kind of know where that's going to lead to. You know what? With Days is unpredictable. I love it. I love it. What my prediction is for this show is that Gabby, honey, we come so far, but I feel as though you're about to go down once everything comes out. I really need 4. And oh God, I'm sorry. I know I'm gonna get it, but the fact is, Sierra, you think you know, but oh no, you don't know. You don't know, and I do want to see how that's gonna affect her once she finds out some things that she thought she knew, but it really isn't. And it's not that I'm picking on her. It's just she is a curious through and through. But however, she's also, she's young. She's young. What can we say? She's wet behind her ears. What else do I want? I don't think Jordan's dead. My prediction is
I'm sorry. A best honorable mention real quick for Days, by the way, was Crazy Claire.
Oh, Claire. Wait a minute. My prediction, because I already know she's back, is Claire. I think that's true. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see what the hell she's gonna do. Seriously. But yeah, to me, I don't think Jordan's dead. I don't think Jordan's dead. I think that was. Oh my gosh! Come on now, y'all been watching these soaps longer than I probably have. I know she ain't dead. No. Hell to no. My prediction is she's been hiding out somewhere. And this, what's the new guy's name? Evan. I think Evan. the Evan, the Manny. I think he knows where she is and is a spy. And I think we're also going to find out who the baby daddy is, because look, that's been a mystery too. And Xander's going to be shirtless because all his shirts are going to be burned up.
Yeah, but
I'm down with that.
I want to.
So is Carolyn.
Let's go to Port Charles.
Well, can I start the GH one?
Yes, you most certainly can.
My prediction is everybody bow down to your Queen Ava. Bow down, bitches. Sorry, I didn't say that.
Ava Cassadine.
Ava Cassadine. She's your queen to be. There you go. I got some singing. My prediction is that there's going to be more Quartermaines coming back to the show. Look, there's actually 2 that I really want is Scott and Lila Ray. Can we make that happen? GH, you've been doing. You guys been hush about casting. I don't know. Are we getting ready for that? More storytelling involving the families. And my prediction is we're going to probably get a shocking paternity twist. I don't know who, but,
I think someone that we think is dead is not dead. Shocking enough. I think that we're going to get a murder mystery whodunit very soon. And I would love, love, love to see the teen scene be rocked by something really, really strong. A rape, God forgive me, but, or, what did they do last summer? Hit and run kind of thing. I would like to see the teen scene be thrown into something really, really strong to play off of.
Candice came up with a good one.
I did.
Candice came up with a good one for the teen scene.
The character of Peter has run its course. It's time to go.
Peter?
I like Peter, but it's time to go. If what I see online as spoilers is correct, I am going to throw up. If they pair Anna and Valentine together, I'm going to throw up. David?
Oh, you don't want that.
No, I don't. Sorry. Go ahead, David. What do you want to see?
It looked like she was softening up there. Let me see. I think Drew is not dead. I think Peter knows where he is.
Okay.
And I think that's going to be, because if they want to bring the Quartermains back, I think they should find Drew.
And I think Kim's going to come back carrying some bread up in her toaster oven.
Oh, jeez.
Anyone else?
I wonder.
Anyone else think there's going to be some bread in that toaster oven?
I don't know. I think. Oh. Well, tomorrow Liz is going to deal with Nicholas.
Right.
So.
Wait.
They said that's supposed to have an impact on her reunion with Franco. So.
Wait, we all forgot something. One of the best characters this last year on General Hospital. We forgot to give an honorable mention to this great talent that, I mean, every time they're on, they hit their mark. They know their lines, their placement. They don't try to take over from Maurice or Laura or Steve or anybody. And that's the Moss in Sonny's Kitchen.
Oh, the Moss.
I have not seen that much powerful acting since Steffi and Liam's poster picture and on Bold and Beautiful. So I feel as though, we neglect, the Moss. I think the Moss deserves an Emmy nomination when the pre-nominations come out in a few weeks.
Yeah.
So can we give a round of applause for the Moss? Because to work with Laura Wright and Maurice Bernard and Steve Burton and them every day I'm just waiting for that moment. And they don't and the Moss doesn't take away from them. That's the beauty of it. It's like they know what they're supposed to do. It's like they probably only do one take with the Moss. One take. Tell me they don't. I don't.
I seen a lot this week.
I mean that is talent.
That Moss has more screen time than most of the cast.
Right, they don't do interviews. The Moss doesn't do interviews. They're private, and that's fine.
We got to kill it. We got to say goodnight because we only have 90 seconds.
Well, as always, viewers, we hope you love this show. We hope you love our opinions. We told you earlier where to find us. If you agree or disagree, you are more than welcome to hit us up on our social medias. And as always, as we always advocate, when you are talking on Twitter or on any other platform, please be respectful to the genre. Please be respectful to the actors behind these characters. And please be respectful that everybody out there has a difference of opinion and a different point of view. So be respectful to each other as well. Happy 2020.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
Happy 2020, everybody. See you in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Bye.
Night, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Get connected with Take Two Radio on Facebook or Twitter at Take Two Radio. For email updates on future shows, follow at Blog Talk Radio. For previous episodes, upcoming guests, and more, visit take2radio.com.